Hello, my name is Tyler. I'm a project manager at Provoke Solutions, and today I'm going to give you a brief walkthrough of some of ProMapp's capabilities. ProMapp is an online collaborative tool that allows for several different stakeholders to get involved in managing and improving upon their business processes. Rather than use static process maps and desk procedures with multiple versions saved on different computers, ProMapp empowers employees to collaborate through a single web application in an organic way that minimizes the struggles of version control and miscommunication. This video will walk you through how to make your very own first process map in this software. Before we can begin designing our first process map, we need to ensure that the appropriate roles have been added. If we navigate to the top right of our screen under the Admin dropdown, you can see the Roles option here. A role can simply be the job title of someone at your company, or it can be an entire department or team that's responsible for ensuring an activity has been completed. For the purpose of our simple example we're about to go into, I've created a few test roles here. These simply represent a customer that's making an order, the finance team, the sales team, and the stock team. Adding a role is as simple as clicking the Add Role or Responsibility button here, typing in the role name, and typing in the first few letters of a user that's in your environment. If you can't find the appropriate user in your ProMapp environment, you should contact your ProMapp administrator to ensure they've been given the appropriate privileges. We have all of our roles here, so now we're going to navigate to the Processes drop-down at the top left of our screen and click Create a Process. From here, you'll be prompted to select a group, and we'll select ProMapp Training for this process. At this point, we're going to enter our title for this example sales process, and then you'll be prompted to select a process owner. The process owner has overall responsibility for ensuring that the business process is operating efficiently. They may not be a subject matter expert, but they are empowered with organizational authority to approve changes. The process expert is expected to be a subject matter expert, and they have editing access to the process map. The objective is simply what the process aims to achieve and when this process applies. And the background section is just for general notes on why this process is needed. This is not a required field. After we've entered our preliminary information when creating a new process map, we'll be taken to the Edit Procedure view where we can add activities. You can think of an activity as a complete step within a process that's assigned to one of the roles we reviewed earlier. We're going to go through creating a basic sales process that starts with a customer placing an order online. If we'd like, we can add tasks to provide some detail for this activity, such as a customer logging into a web application, adding items to a cart, and checking out. For the purpose of this video, we won't be adding tasks for every activity to keep it short. Next, the sales team is going to receive the order, and you'll notice if we don't click the check mark and we instead click Add Activity while we're still here, the next activity will default to the same role that was assigned. However, the next step is actually going to be assigned to the stock team in order to check inventory. Now at this point, a decision needs to be made of whether or not the product that's been ordered is actually in stock. We'll go navigate to the Add Process link dropdown and then click Add Decision here. From here, you'll have two options of yes or no to answer this question. The first option is going to divert us away from the expected path to either a new sub-process that we can define or a specific activity. From here, we're going to click Activity and then a check mark so that we can have the sales team notify the customer that the order has to be canceled due to the item not being in stock. If the answer is yes, we'll continue to the next activity as expected outside of this blue bar here. We're going to speed up the creation of the rest of this process because there's no new functionality that will be introduced. Once we're satisfied with our process, we simply click Save, and then we navigate to our Map tab, where a process map has been automatically generated by the software. From here we can see a basic swim lane diagram of the flow of steps from the customer to the sales, to the stock, and the finance team. Triggers and inputs and outputs can be defined under the Edit tab, but this won't be covered in this video. While we've saved this process, we haven't actually submitted it for approval yet. When we created this, we made sure to designate Tim McGovern as the process owner because he needs to approve any changes or creation of this process. Since it's the first time that we're creating this process, we're just going to give a brief description here and then click Save and Submit for approval. After submitting our first process map to Tim for approval, he'll receive an email notification with a link that brings us to this page. Here he can click on the actual process itself to review. He can see that it's awaiting approval. He can see the comments that I submitted, and he also has the option to either approve or decline this request. If he chooses to decline, ProMapp will prompt him to enter comments so that we can make the appropriate changes. For this video, he simply clicks Approve, and if we return back to the process map, we can see under the changelog view that I approved it earlier, then Tim approved it, and finally that he opted to publish this for our entire organization to see. This concludes our introductory tutorial video on ProMapp. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can send an email to tyler.kight, K-I-G-H-T, @provokesolutions.com. Thank you.